the meeting. Okay, so welcome to my class today. I'm so excited to have you guys here. We are going to cover all of the ways that you can market your listings using the technology package and the resources that we give you here at Keller Williams. So one of the reasons why I love teaching this class, and I think this class is really important to teach, is because marketing your listings or a listing can be one of the most powerful ways to lead generate, right? And it can be quite honestly one of the simplest ways also to lead generate. So we're going to cover from soup to nuts an exact marketing strategy that you can have when you take a new listing. Now, for some of you, if you're a newer agent or you're thinking, well, this is all great, but I haven't taken my first listing, or I work primarily with buyers, so I don't have a lot of listings. We are a very collaborative office, right? We have 500 agents that work across, I don't even know how many counties. I think it's like up to 10 at this point. If you are somebody out there that doesn't have a listing but wants to follow this marketing plan, reach out to an agent who takes market share in the area where you'd like to sell real estate in our office and ask to market one of their listings. I know, for instance, my ALC, my Agent Leadership Council here at Hudson Valley North, they've given a blanket approval for agents to market any of their listings for themselves. And the ALC is comprised of top producing realtors. So generally they carry a lot of listings. So this class is really for anybody. It doesn't have to be just for people who have listings or who take a lot of listings. It's for anybody that sees the benefit in marketing listings for sale. So then the next question, the second question becomes, okay, what's so great about listings, right? And I'm sure anybody who's taken any type of class with me, Ignite, so on and so forth, this isn't a new concept, but I'm going to cover it quickly anyway. So there's a number of reasons why taking listings and making your business be listing based is so important. Number one, generally, when you take a listing, obviously you have control over the commission, right? So in a general sense, the listing agent is the one that's going to negotiate the total commission directly with the seller. So you have control over how much of the commission you are generating by taking the listing. Now, in most of the markets that we serve, there is an uneven balance, and typically the listing agent keeps more of the commission than the buyer's agent. It's not always the same in every single area, but in a lot of the areas where we sell real estate, that is the case. So just from a logical standpoint, when you take listings, you could, when there's two sides of a transaction, working with the seller or working with the buyer, in a lot of instances, you're going to make more on the same deal by just being the listing agent instead of the buyer's agent. Now, what else is helpful about taking listings? Listings are the #1 lead generation magnet for buyers. If you do not ever want to lead generate for buyers, you don't have to. All you have to do is go out and take more listings and advertise them. And I guarantee you will have more buyer leads coming in to your pipeline than you know what to do with them, right? And part of that is because our philosophy at Keller Williams is if it's your listing, it's your lead. Meaning if you went through the trouble of going on and if you went through the trouble of going and sitting at someone's kitchen table and presenting a whole marketing plan to them and then incurring the cost of a professional photographer and spending the time to market it, our philosophy is that any leads that come naturally into the office from that are your leads to keep. So anytime somebody calls into the office and they're inquiring on 123 Main Street and that's my listing, whoever picks up the phone is automatically going to transfer them to my cell phone. Right? So I get the lead there. We also allow you at Keller Williams to customize your signs, right? So you have your sign, your phone number, your email, your website, and that is another lead magnet. We have a top agent in our office, Lee Quintana, who used to work for another franchise, well-known franchise in the area before joining us. And she didn't have customized signs. She said that her sign calls went up like tenfold when she came over here and was allowed to design her own signs with her face and her contact information. So that's another reason why listings are a highly leveraged portion of selling real estate. If anybody in your neighborhood has ever sold a home, do you always know who the buyer's agent is? Do you necessarily know who the buyer's agent was on the property? Not usually. You might, right? You might, when you go over to meet the agent, to meet your new neighbors, get into a conversation and ask them who their real estate agent is. But you don't by default just know if you don't talk to the people who the buyer's agent was. However, do you know who's listed the home? If your neighbor lists their home, do you know who the agent is that has the property listed? Of course, you drive by their sign every day to get to your driveway, right? So it's like natural marketing. You have a mini billboard in someone's yard just by taking more listings. Now, everything, again, when we start to roll into the tech stuff that you can do in terms of advertising listings, everything that you're going to do here is going to point them back to you as the trusted realtor in that area. And my fourth point on the importance of taking listings is that a well-priced, well-marketed listing should get you to the closing table, especially in this market, potentially 4 times. So you take one listing and you get paid 4 times from it. That is a really good, strong ROI, right? And so then you might be asking, well, what do you mean? So you're going to take the listing and you're going to sell it. So I'm going to give you an awesome marketing strategy to sell it. So you're going to sell the house. You could potentially find the buyer for the house, right? So now you have both sides of those transactions. Now, because you're marketing the property, you're following my plan and this strategy to a T, you're also picking up at least 2 other buyer clients that aren't going to be able to buy that house because you already sold it, but will continue to work with you on additional properties, right? So if you're able to take one listing and get three sales out of it, I would say that that's a pretty good use of your time. I hope you all would agree. And I'm wondering if we're on the wrong link because Eileen's texting me. No, hang on. Give me 1 second. One second. Okay. I'm like, oh, here comes Eileen. Eileen, you scared me. Okay. I'm assuming I'm in the right place. Eileen, am I in the right place?
All the links are still pointing to your other one
What links?
in the email I got this morning and on the calendar.
Oh, I don't know the email. Oh, What? So was there a people? Oh my God.
Yeah, so it keeps saying wait for host to start. I'll post something in the Facebook page. Yeah. So
yeah, if you can.
okay.
Okay. See, I knew it. This is why I didn't want to change it.
Yeah,
okay,
I know. And you said that, I was like, oh yeah, she's probably right. So I didn't.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So hopefully we'll have some other people, but I'm recording it. So we'll send out the recording too afterwards. All right. So what we were just covering is why it's so important to market your listings. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through a whole strategy step by step about when you take a listing or you find a listing that you want to market at a high level, what are the next steps in order to do that? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Can everybody see my screen? Okay. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so I hope this isn't news to anybody, but you have your own personally branded website and your own personally branded app as part of your tech package with Keller Williams, okay? I think that these are the 2 most powerful tools that you're given. And also I think that they're potentially the most underutilized tools that you're given. So whenever you take a listing, this is your first step of your strategy, is to go onto your personally branded website and search for the property on it. Now, if you're saying, I'm not exactly sure what my own personal website is, this is how you find it. So this is command. I hope this isn't news to anybody. This is command. When you go into the menu section, you go down to consumer, over here to site and app settings, and then to URLs, and you will have your subdomain listed here. I'm in our demo account for our market center, so it's not filled out, but you will have a subdomain listed here, .kw.com. That is your agent website. So for example, my agent website from when I sold real estate was ritagetsyouhome.kw.com. Okay, so this is the first step, is you want to go onto your agent website and you want to type in here the address of the property. I'm going to use an example of a home that was listed recently by Megan Brandwhite in my office. So the property address for that home is 1882 County Route 3 in Olive Bridge. But I think just typing that in, we'll be able to pull up the property. Okay, so now what you'll see is that it comes up with the search results on your personal profile. One side note that I want to show you, this is a little bit of a sidebar. You'll also see that the neighborhood for the property pops up. If you click on this neighborhood, this is a little landing page with all the properties that are listed in the area in the vicinity of this house. And you'll see these websites, they look really nice, and they give you days on market, all of this average information right here. This could be its own Facebook ad right here, a landing page for the town of Rochester. Okay, I think a lot of people would be drawn to this. If you're interested in more information about Facebook ads and leads, Eileen's teaching a class today at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Please join me and I'll give you the specifics on how to run an ad using this information. You don't have to have a listing to do it.
Yep, exactly. So she's going to give you a bunch of good ideas, but I wanted to highlight this one. So, all right, I got sidetracked. So this is the property that we're going to use as our example today. So once you pull it up onto the consumer website and you click the link, this is your landing page. This is what I tell agents to use as their landing page. You can absolutely create your own landing page in Command. That is an option for you. This is the easy button on that, in my opinion, is pulling up this page with the property website. So let's take a minute and look through exactly what you get when you pull this up. So you're going to have a really great slideshow, all of the information for the property right here. Now I am logged in. So you're going to see I'm logged into my own website. I've created an account. So you're going to see property description, the source information. This box is going to be personally branded to you and have your information here. And any of these buttons, so for instance, save, where you can save a new collection, you can leave a note about the house. All of this information is collecting data for you as the agent on the back end of Command. So keep in mind, your Keller Williams website, your personally branded Keller Williams website is linked back to your Command account so that you can see what anybody is clicking on. So same thing here. If somebody clicks ask your agent, they can type in a message. Hi, Rita, love this house. Can we go see it? And I will be alerted to that because I am logged into the system. So this is the power of your personally branded website. Instead of having people searching on Zillow or Realtor.com or Trulia or whatever their favorite search website is, and then clicking this button and having it go to an agent that is paying for leads on those websites, by keeping everybody into this ecosystem, you're making sure that any inquiries, saved searches, anything of that sort is all going back to you. Now, one other thing that is really cool, and they have to be logged in to do it, is that they can add a place here also. And on any page that they're looking at, they will see what the drive time is. It's driving, biking, or walking. So this could be particularly important, I think, in our area because we deal with so many commuters, so many second home buyers. You'll see I added in here a location of the Metro North train station in Poughkeepsie, right? We know sometimes people want to be close to trailheads at Minnewaska. Any place you can search for on Google, you can add in here as a place because we have an exclusive partnership with Google that connects the Google search terms into here. All right, so again, this is a really great thing. There's a mortgage payment estimate. If they click this thing, they can toggle up and down, and you'll see it changes around on the website down here. Other properties in the area, a lead form again with your information. So when they were designing these websites, I think they pulled like 1 million consumers, and they gave them different like A/B testing, like which one do you like better, this one or that one. And this was the page that consumers preferred. So your first step when you take a listing is to go onto your website, find the home, search for the home, and copy this URL link. Okay, copy the URL link and save it. It's very important. You're going to use it constantly for a lot of the rest of the marketing you're going to use. Now, you'll notice that this URL link is kind of long, right? It's pretty long. It's kind of clunky. If you're going to do a postcard or you're going to post on social media, you don't really want this whole long clunky thing here. So what you can do is there is a service, it's called Bitly, bit.ly. And this is how you can create little short links for your landing page. So you might have noticed that you might have seen me post short links or other people post the little short links that are easier to type in. So all you do, if you go to BIT, long URL here, hit create, and then it's gonna give you this link that you can customize. So say I wanted to customize it to be 1883 County Route 3. Okay, you hit save. Now this little short link is very easy for social media. So anytime somebody types this in, they're gonna land right on this page with all the information that as they click around, register, do anything, they're gonna be prompted to log in so that they come into your command as a lead. Any questions about the website using the listing? Yep, go ahead, Steve.
Just a question about Bitly.
Yeah,
Is there a monthly charge for that, or is that a free site?
it's free. It's free, good question. Yep, it's free. I use it all the time. Yeah, I think you can probably see all these things I have. I mean, I use it constantly. I'm creating short links for stuff.
I think if you want to customize the whole thing, you have to pay, but it's going to be like bit.ly and then / and then whatever you want it to be, that's free.
Right. If you wanted to do like instead of bit.ly, like customize that front part to be like Steve Jones or something / blah blah blah, then you have to pay for it. But as long as it's bit.ly.com, they let you customize the backlink.
Thanks.
Okay. Yep. So this is your first step is to go onto your website. The second step is to find the property. The third step is to copy the URL address and create a short link for the property code. So you want to make sure you're like saving this as you go along. Okay. So now you have all of this information. And this is what you want to do with the short link. This is what we're going to use it for, and I'll walk you through it. So we're going to use it on any social post, Facebook or Instagram. You're also going to use this when you share the property. You should also use this on any postcards or flyers that you create. Okay. This is the short code that you want to use. Here is my number one tip, biggest pet peeve in the world is when I see people using the Zillow or the realtor.com links, or God forbid, I have seen agents share other brokerages websites with their property pulled up. Like, I understand. I think you have to think of the bigger context of marketing. You're not just marketing for marketing's sake to put it out there and check the box. You are positioning this property to consumers so that you can collect leads from it, right? Like the idea here is you're collecting leads. So the only way you're going to get the lead is if you point them back to something that collects the lead for you and doesn't give it to somebody else. So it's so important. Now, here's the other thing you can do. Send that short link out to your sellers. So if you're like me, I had a templated email that went out when a property went live on the market, and it said, "Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, your property is now live. I'm so excited to market it for sale. Here's a link to the MLS. Here's the agent full sheet so you can review all of the information and confirm that it's accurate. Here's what's going to happen next. I'm going to start a Facebook ad. I'm going to do blah, 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 blah. If you'd like to share the property with your family and friends, I've created a unique website just for your house. Here's the link. Feel free to copy and paste it on any social channels or emails or so on and so forth. And please share it with your people." Here's another thing that I always would say to sellers too. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, this is why it's so important that you work with a Keller Williams agent who's going to market everything to convert back to me. What do you think happens when a potential buyer comes to me about my listing? I know all of the details. I'm able to answer all of the questions, and I'm invested in getting that property sold. What happens when the lead comes in and goes to one of my competitors? They don't have all the information about the property. They might not be able to answer their questions, and they have their own listings, potentially similar listings to your house that they're committed to getting sold. So can you see how it's a benefit to working with the Keller Williams agent where we have a your listings, your leads policy, and we're able to keep all of the listings, blah, 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 blah. Great. Another portion of that is this website. So by sharing this link, that means that leads are going to come to me so that I can do my job and sell your house to these people that are interested. Okay, so I'm going to, so I submitted the information. It should be right here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, because I'm on the demo account. if I was on my own, if I wasn't on the demo account, I would get a notification when I submitted that information. So just a little tidbit there. All right, so that's the first thing you want to do. Now, once you have that, you want to go back into commands. And this is where, so you're the first stage of really marketing your listing is like collecting the information. So the first thing you need is a short code. The second thing that you need is you need any marketing materials that you're going to want to use. So all marketing is done under the designs tab in command. So anytime you're marketing a property or you're creating any type of marketing, it doesn't even have to be for a property. You're always going to go into designs. Now, this is the difference between designs and campaigns. Designs is where you design it, and campaigns is where you run it. Okay, so you can't do a campaign before you've done a design. So this is what designs looks like, and you'll see it's very, very easy to use. We're gonna in 1 minute create like a very quick social post. And I'm not gonna go through step by step on everything because I want to get the ideas that you understand the workflow. If you need further help, Eileen teaches tons of classes on the logistics of like what buttons to press, how to put it all together and get it out the door. I just want to help you guys understand what the workflow should be as you get a new listing. So then what you might want to create next is a social post. So you go to create a post. You can do import photos and text from a listing. So if you click this and hit continue, then this little thing will pop up, where again, you can enter the property. This is the property again. You hit select, and then when it populates, it's going to automatically have the information preloaded into the design for you so that it's really, really easy to create. So if we just listed the property, you'll see if you've never been in here, this is what designs looks like. There's tons of templates in here. Listings, buyers, lead generation. There's a listing packet in here that you can customize. There's your personally branded magazine is in here. But if we're talking about a just listed postcard, or I'm sorry, just listed social post, this is where you would want to come. And these are the templates. Now you'll notice they're different sizes. The long sizes are for stories. So Instagram stories or Facebook stories. The squares are for Instagram posts, and these long, narrow ones are for Facebook posts. If you're somebody that posts on both Instagram and Facebook, just use the square one because it works on both platforms. The long one that's formatted for Facebook doesn't work as well on Instagram, but this square one will work well on both.
Also,
So
I
if I
suggest if you're going to do more than one photo, even on Facebook, definitely use the square because then it looks funky.
Okay, that's a great. Okay, awesome. All right, so that's yeah. I think the square one's the the good one overall. Okay, so if we want to use, say, I like this design. Click here, and now you're going to go into the editor. Again, I'm not going to spend a ton of time in the editor, but I'll just show you really briefly because I picked the listing at the beginning of it. The information is preloaded in. It's under this KWLS system. So the KWLS is the Keller Williams Listing Syndicate. And it's where all of our listings come in, all of the Keller Williams listings and really all the listings in the country come in so that you can search for them and share the information. So you'll see under this KWLS, you have two toggles. All the photos preload in here. You don't have to pull up where they're saved on your desktop and import them. They're all right here. And your listing details are also right here. So if I go in and I want to swap this picture out, I need to select the picture, and I know I've selected it because there's a blue bar on it. And then I want to swap it for, say, the front of the house. All I would click is this little thing and it swaps it. It takes 1 second. Again, this is the address. If I go over to listing details, find the address, hit swap, swapped. Up here, this is the logo. It automatically brings me over to the logo. I want this logo on there, swapped. This one you have to type in just because it's not formatted that way, but you could type in the information here, or you could just delete this block out and go back under here and hit add, and then drag the information down. I just lost it somewhere in the bushes, I think. All right, so it's a very, very simple. So you just save it. Then once you're done, you can download it. You can download it if you're posting on social media. You'd want to download it as a JPEG, although I'm going to show you what you should do, which is to post it directly on the through commands on the website. Hang on one second. We're all just texting. Oh my God, this class thing's such a debacle. Okay, no. Okay. All right. So once this is done, then you hit done and save. And now you have that. Now, if say you wanted to create something else, right? Whatever else you would want to create for the property, you could do in here. So you could do a flyer in here. You could do an email template in here, right? So those are, you could do a different social post, like a long form social post if you wanted to. So that's step number 2. So step number 1 is to find your URL, get your short link. Step number 2 is to create all of your marketing collateral. So that could be a flyer for the property, a postcard for the property, a social media post for the property, any other marketing collateral that you want to create in designs. Any questions about these 2 things? Yep, go ahead, Steve.
So I'm guilty. I don't use this feature enough, the designs feature. And I know this isn't a class on design, so just quick question. I know that sometimes when I go in to upload like one of my listings, it doesn't appear in our KWLS. It says it's searching, it's not available, and it gives me like surrounding homes for my listings. But my listings are on the MLS, they're uploaded. I wasn't sure if there was something I was doing wrong.
I'll take that. Is it a new listing? It can take up to like 24 to 48 hours for it to actually get into KWLS. It really should happen quicker. Are they right away that you can't find them, or is it older listings?
Yeah, I would say it's intermittent. Sometimes I'll go right afterwards to try to do it, and I can't find. So I gave up.
You know what? Next
Designs.
time it happens to you, email me and we'll try and figure it out together and see what's happening. Okay. And which MLS are you using pretty much?
One key.
One key. All right. Yeah. Let me know next time that happens and we'll look into it for you. Okay. Because that
Yeah,
shouldn't be
okay.
happening really. Okay.
Thanks.
Good. That's a good question. Yeah. So Eileen, do you want to share with everybody, because I know we might have some new agents, exactly what your role is in the office and what you can help the agents with?
Sure. So I am the Market Center Tech Trainer for all 4 offices. So I teach classes. I think I see a couple of new people on here. I teach an intro to command class, which I'm doing tomorrow at 11. I usually teach that every other week. And then every week I'll have a class on a different aspect of command. You should be getting the emails in the morning where it will show you the classes for the day. We also have the calendar that you can look at so you can plan ahead. And if you have any questions, any glitches, any problems, you can always email me and I will help you figure out the problem. If you're struggling to work something, you took a class, you watched the video, you still don't get it, you can set up a one-on-one appointment with me and we can go through it together and I'll help you get through it. We also have Scott Leroy Marketing. So if you have something that you're trying to do as well and it's not working or you want to upload contacts, you can email them for help as well. And my email is iangel@kw.com and I will put that in the chat here. So if you guys need any help with that, and also look out for the classes because I'll take your questions. We'll go over stuff, you know, technically how to click and get stuff done that you need to do. If it's something that you want to do in command, but you're not seeing it, email me as well, and I'll try and help you get it done.
Thanks, Eileen. All right, so we're halfway through the class. So far you've figured out a landing page, essentially. It taught you a quick hack for a landing page. You've created all the marketing materials that you want. Now, the third thing that you want to do is you want to think about, okay, I'm starting to compile all this stuff and I'm going to get all these leads coming into the system. What is the follow-up system going to be for the leads as they come in? Okay, so before you do anything else, don't just dive into running a Facebook ad. Before you do anything else, you want to make sure you have your smart plans set up. Okay, so your third step is to do your smart plan. So this is a smart plan is just what we call our marketing drip system. So a smart plan is just an incremental follow-up system for leads that are coming into the system. Now, here's what you need to know. any type of Facebook ad, which is where we're going to go next, any type of Facebook lead, they're what's called top of funnel leads, meaning that it's not that they're not interested in buying or selling. They just might be at the very, very beginning stages of thinking about buying or selling. And so what is super important about these leads? I hear from agents sometimes who say, their leads are no good. Facebook leads are no good. Facebook leads are no good. Well, yes, if the Facebook lead is coming in and you're calling them once and they're not responding, or you're calling them twice and sending an email and they're not responding, that's probably not going to be good enough for this type of lead, right? So the key with any type of cold leads, it's also the key with farming. So farming in areas when you do strategic mailings out to a particular area over and over and over again, so that people understand that you are like the agent that sells real estate there. So the key to that is consistency. If you send out one postcard and then go, postcards don't work, you're right. One postcard doesn't work, right? You need to send out multiple postcards over time. And so the key with marketing is consistency. Now, if you're like me, you might not be the best at consistently following up with stuff, right? Like you run the ad and you're like, I'm so excited, I'm going to get all these leads and I'm going to follow up myself 35 times with them, right? Like you're so gung-ho about it. And then what happens on the third day, you're like, oh, I have to text them again. I have to email them again. I don't even know what to say, right? That's why smart plans exist. Smart plans are a huge piece of leverage that everyone should use in their business. So the third step here is to make sure you understand what you're going to do with your marketing, and then have the smart plans already added into your library. So if you're going to run a Facebook or an Instagram ad, make sure you've picked out the smart plan for the leads that you want them to get turned on to. If you're going to do postcards, make sure, or you want to do phone calls or whatever it is, make sure that you have the smart plan set up here, okay? Smart plans can just include tasks. So in terms of the postcards, it could just be a task reminder reminding you to send out the next round of postcards, right? All right, so this is what the smart plans look like. So again, what you'll want to do if you don't have smart plans loaded in is go toggle over to the library, and based on whatever your lead generation source is, you want to find the smart plans that you want to use. Say you were running Facebook ads or Facebook leads. That's probably going to get me more. Yep. There's 43 different smart plans that agents all around the country have uploaded into the system and are using for Facebook leads. The one that I really like is the Facebook Lead Smart Plan by Nick Baldwin. It's a mixture of text messages and phone calls. Okay. It's a mixture of text messages and phone calls. So in order to send out the text messages, you do need to connect Twilio to your command account still, right, Eileen? I know that it's going away, but that's still the case. Is to do
Twilio's not going away.
What was it that went away?
Oh, the thing that connects your contacts, not API Nation. Oh, PieSync.
Oh, PieSync is going away. Okay, so Twilio, yep. So you need to have a Twilio account if you want to send out text messages. A lot of these smart plans will involve text messages. Marketing is showing now that the highest rate of return that you can get right now is on text messages. The highest amount of clicks, the highest amount of people that will engage with you will engage automatically based off of text messages. So it's a really important part. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to go in and you're going to read through, figure out which one you want. In order to view what the steps are, you just hit view steps, you toggle over the thing, and it shows you exactly what it's going to say. Now, once you add the smart plans in that you want, you go over to My Smart Plans and you see that you have them all loaded into here. Now you need to customize the smart plan. So make sure that you do this, okay? Make sure you go in and do this. So you do that by just, again, I'm not going to go step by step. If you need help with this, Eileen would be more than happy to help.
And attend my class at 2 o'clock. We'll go over that.
Yes, and Eileen's going to go over this whole class at 2 o'clock. So you want to make sure that you customize this, and I'm sure she'll give you some tips about how to do all of that, and then save it so that that's done. Okay, so now you have a landing page, you've created your graphics, your social media graphics, you have a smart plan set up so that once the leads start coming in, you know what the follow-up system is going to be. So now you've done all of kind of the back office work in order to set yourself up to start doing some forward bound marketing. So the first thing that you might want to do is just a social post, like not even an ad yet. You just want to post that you listed the house. So now once you're ready to get into actually telling people about your listing, so you've done the background work, now you want to start telling people, all of that is done through the campaigns button in Command. So the campaigns button is how you're going to send things out to people. And you'll see there's 4 different categories. There's paid ads, there's emails, there's direct mail, that's postcards, and then there's social posts. Okay, so this is the 4 categories. Paid ads is social media and pay-per-click ads. Emails is exactly what it sounds like. It's an email. Direct mail is postcards. Social posts are just posts. They're not actually ads. It's just a post to your business page. So if the first thing you want to do is do a social post, again, I'm not going to go through like line by line, but essentially what you would do is you do this, you have your Facebook page connected. And because you already created the marketing collateral, all you do is click this button down here, browse designs library. Everything that you created is going to pop up. So you see the post that we made is just sitting right there. So you don't have to download it and then re-upload it into the system. You just click this button and then it's going to load. It's going to ask you to format it. And then it's automatically going to populate over here. So what's happening on the right-hand screen is that it's giving you an example of exactly what the ad is going to, or the post is going to look like. If you have multiple Facebook pages, you can toggle down and make sure. Now, one thing to note, this is going to post onto your business page. This isn't going to post onto your personal page. This will post onto your business page.
Actually, it won't post on their business page. They won't see it on their business page. What happens is it gets targeted to the people that you pick.
No, this is just a post.
Oh, I'm
This isn't
sorry.
an
Okay,
ad.
sorry. I thought you did. Sorry, my bad.
That's okay. Eileen's just a step ahead. That's what we're doing next. Yeah, so this is just the post. So you don't have to pay anything. There's no ad dollars. You're not targeting it. You're just loading up a post for your business Facebook page. So you'd fill out the information like, check it out, blah, blah, blah. You can use emojis down here. Emojis convert people. Emojis catch people's attention. Here is another tip in terms of writing copy. Number 1, keep it short. Okay, people aren't going to read a novel, so keep it short. And use white space. Please don't just copy a whole long run-on paragraph. You don't want it to be like, check it out, blah, 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 blah. Here's a million information about the house. Here's more information about the house. Here's more information. Here's a long link, blah, 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 right? Like, it's too much. No one's going to read it. You want to use blank space. So if you want to say something up here, put a space between it so that when someone's reading it, they can kind of decipher what's what. Refer back to the post you guys saw in the OP updates group, right? Like, instead of just lumping all of that information and posting it out there, what did I do? I created a social graphic, right? I then posted the social graphic with something and I used emojis to draw your attention in. I made it very quick and I gave you the link at the bottom to follow it. So again, this is just in designs, how you can schedule out posts. Now, the cool thing about designs, and some of you might be thinking, why don't I just download the thing and post it myself? Well, because this allows you to schedule out social media posts. So if you're somebody that is like me, and once the week it's rolling, you're like, I don't have time to sit every single day and come up with a social post and post it. And like, then I do some days, but like 3 out of the 5 days, I don't end up posting anything because I get so bogged down. If that sounds familiar, then what you can do is you can create all of your posts ahead of time and just schedule them to go out every day. So you'll see you can either schedule the post here or publish it immediately. If you schedule the post, this tells you the best days to post are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. So if you choose this and the time, then you're all set, and you can even post it across multiple accounts if you wanted to. Now, this social scheduling only works for Facebook. Instagram does not allow you to directly schedule out Facebook Instagram posts yet. So you don't have the ability to do that. So you do still have to manually post things onto Instagram, but you could schedule out a full weeks or more worth of content. So on this front screen, you're going to see here, this is the full week, and you'll see in here all of the days, once you have it filled out, what's being posted every day. And you can do this as much in advance as you want. You could do a whole, if you wanted to do a series of like home buyer tips every Tuesday, you could have for the next 12 weeks, Tuesday posts automatically scheduled out. So utilize some time, you know, time management, time blocking, that kind of stuff, and get these social posts so that you're consistent. All right, so that's what you'll do. That is what you will do if you want to post something. Now, when you're ready to create a campaign that you want to pay, this is your two options are a social ad or a direct mail. Actually, before I get to that though, your third won't cost you anything thing is an email. So this is in command email. Again, you want to go in and set up the information. You can connect it to MailChimp, although command email works the same now. So you go into here, and this is where you can send out just listed emails to your sphere. Hi, you can send out just listed emails to your sphere. Okay, you can send out just listed emails to your old Facebook leads. If you took a listing last month in New Paltz and now you ran a Facebook ad and you got 50 Facebook leads in on that house in New Paltz, don't you think it would also be beneficial to then, when you're listing your next house in New Paltz, to send out those 50 people out an email, right? So if they're tagged, you can segment them out and send them an email, new listing in New Paltz. You know, these people are probably marginally interested in a listing of that nature. Now, the rules also, depending on your MLS, sometimes you can market coming soon, right? That might be a marketing avenue for you, coming soon. You can also market, if you send out a to be listed or just listed, in a lot of the MLSs also, which is our main MLS, you have to list the property within 24 hours. But does that mean that you can still get this email out the day before, as long as within 24 hours you put it actively on the MLS? Yes, you can. You can put the email out and give everybody a heads up. You might make that your catch, right? Coming to market tomorrow, open for details. Would that catch a lot of buyers' attention, especially in this market when everything is going into multiple offer situations and people kind of want the inside track? So use this. Again, I'm not going to go into line by line, but you can go in and you can design the email. It looks great. You send it out, and here, this is where you can set a recipient list. You can search through all the tags you have for your people and send them stuff. This shows you who it comes to. Here's the subject line, and then this is the little template. You can create a template so that every time you list a property, it's the same template. And again, I'm not going to go through line by line exactly how to do this, but the emails look very nice. Once you fill in all of the information, you can pull in the same way you can with the marketing stuff. You can pull in the listing pictures automatically. All of that is automatically done for you. Okay, so that's your email. Okay. What happened? All right, so now you've created all of your marketing materials. You dropped off flyers at the house. You have a landing page that you're pointing people to. You've posted on your social media that the house was just listed. You've sent out an email to your database saying the house was just listed. And now you have some marketing dollars to spend and you want to run a paid campaign. So your two paid campaigns are twofold. You can do direct mail, which is postcards. You can do a social ad, which is a Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. I don't know that Twitter ads work. Maybe they do. I think that you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck doing it on Facebook and Instagram. So again, you would just come in, advertise listing, and this is the setup. And I'll show you why it's important to have your, what did I spell wrong? Oh, that's because it's over here. I will show you why it's important to have your smart plans picked out before you get to this step. So Again, Eileen's class at 2 o'clock is going to teach you all about the logistics of putting this together and making sure there's a couple things you need to absolutely make sure that you do when you get into this ad. So it's important you take her class so that she can go over all of that for you. But you'll see one of the steps when you get down here to the bottom is, what do you want to happen to leads that come from this campaign? So you can auto tag them. You can auto tag them. So remember my example where I said you listed a property in New Paltz last month, and now this month you have a new property in New Paltz. So when you ran that Facebook ad, and you could have them automatically be tagged as New Paltz or just that property address. Now, when you go to do the email to those people, you just sort by that other New Paltz address, right? And now that whole list comes up, and you can send them to that. So auto tag is super important, and then assign to smart plan. So because you loaded in some smart plans, you can now choose what smart plan to come in. And Eileen, correct me if I'm wrong. So the system then happens is you run the ad, somebody clicks on the ad, they give their information to you. So you come in as a lead into your command account. Command will automatically tag you as that, whatever tags you have chosen, and then start you on a smart plan. This is how you set up the auto trigger.
Yes, and I love it because you could be sleeping, you could be outside at the bar, you could be at a restaurant, and you are actually reaching out to those leads instantly when they respond to your ad.
Right. You could be so focused on the amazing class that I'm teaching that you don't want to turn your head away for a moment to answer all the leads that are flowing in. And so this
And then what I do
solves
suggest
that.
though is, because the smart plan is basically like a generic thing. Once they
Mhm.
respond to you, then you take them off the smart plan and you start having those one-on-one conversations.
Right. So the idea with the smart plan is that it nurtures them long enough until they engage with you. Then once they engage with you, you want to have an actual real life conversation with them. Okay, so this is a social ad. Again, Eileen's going to teach a whole class about this, but I hope you understand the idea is that this is how you automate this stuff. You run the ad, they automatically get tagged, they automatically get put on a smart plan. It's automatically following up with them. You're not even like conscious that this is happening. Okay, so the next thing would be a postcard. You can create a postcard, you can advertise a listing with the postcards. And you might decide to, you might decide that this is what you want to do. Although the last thing I'm going to show you is, if you took this class and were like, this all sounds like a misery and I don't want to do any of this and I'm terrible at marketing, and even if this takes me an hour, I'd rather not do it. I'm going to give you the easy button at the end of the class. But just for sake of explanation, to show you what is included in your KW Tech within Command, this is again the postcard stuff. There's templates preloaded into here. You can target the property, so you can do local targeting to the address, or you can target your database. Now, wouldn't this be helpful to target your database? So if you want to send out a holiday card, you can create the holiday postcard template in Designs, upload it here manually, and target your database and send them a happy holiday postcard. That might be a smart plan that you set up, right? A task reminder to do that. So you could send out just listed and just sold postcards to all of your past clients or your past buyer clients to show them, to remind them that you sell real estate, because most people that you help buy a house don't live in that house forever. Some people do, most people don't. They're going to eventually buy or sell something. So every time you buy or sell, you locally target the area, and you also send it to all your past buyer clients who own houses. Is that another example to them that you're still actively selling real estate, right? So you go through this whole thing, they send out the postcards, and you can do that right through the system. Okay. All right. Now, if you're like, I just want the easy button and that's all cool, Rita, great. I don't want to do any of that. I'd rather just be out on listing appointments, networking, doing my thing, like negotiating my deals, all the stuff. We also have marketing services within the market center that will do this stuff for you. And it takes 5 minutes. So bear with me. I'm going to give you a quick walk through. So hopefully you all know about our website. Our website for the office is kwhvgroup.com. This is where we hold all of our stuff. I'm going to start back from the main page just to show you. You have to create an account. The first time you log in, you'll get approved pretty much immediately because this is a closed website just for our agents. There's tons of stuff in here. If you're going into the marketing things, you want to go up to leverage series at the top. And then down, this is also, by the way, where you can access the transaction coordinators, the listing managers, all that stuff. And then down here, you'll see the marketing services. So if you're looking for a la carte marketing services, so it's hourly services to cater your needs and could include flyers, social media posts, landing pages, database management, listing and buyer presentations, smart plans, website customization, blah, 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 all of that stuff. All you do is you literally click this button and this form pops up. So now your whole job to create a marketing thing that you love is just to literally fill out this form. And it's very simple. Your name, your phone number, your email, your market center, your command information, the address of the listing you're looking to advertise, and then what do you want, right? So here are your options. You can go into command and you can create the flyer, or if you say I don't want to, for 25 bucks, they'll create a just listed flyer. They'll create an open house flyer. They'll do a social media campaign. They'll do an open house campaign. They'll do a just listed postcard. Is this easy? Like, it could not honestly be easier. Then you can also add in a la carte transaction services if you would like to, right here from this screen. You figure out, is this a listing file or a buyer file? For postcards, where do you want this mailed? Please provide zip code, our town, and quantity of the cards. Please provide any details that will make this process smoother. Your commission plan, hit submit. That's literally that, okay? So this is one option for a la carte stuff. You also can access the marketing company's website through this other link down here. And this is super easy too. This is like another easy button kind of marketing thing.
I just want to say that I've ordered their brochures for a high-end home and they came out really nice.
And how did they come? Did they just get delivered to the market center?
Yeah, no, they actually get delivered right to your house if you want, whatever's easier for you.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, that's
And also I had
know.
asked them, they didn't drop them off, but I wanted samples in each office so you can go in and feel them. I think it's a big difference when you see them and you feel the quality.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So we're working on getting samples for you guys in the market center so that when you come in, you can actually see what it would look like to send it out. So this is the other option, right? You can order all of these things in here. You can create a postcard mailing, create a brochure. You can order business cards. There's also this easy auto farm. So you can schedule 6 months or a year's worth of mailings at one time. So if you want to farm an area and you want to mail stuff to them, and you're like, I don't want to set up a task, and then when the task pops up, I have to remember what to do, and then I have to come up with what to do. Like, you just literally click this button and fill in the information, and they do it all for you. It's like, these are quarterly farming, bi-monthly farming. It's just like happy holiday, this kind of stuff. So this is another kind of easy button option for you guys to market your listings. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns? I explained everything.
I have a quick
perfectly.
question.
Okay, good.
So I noticed that you mentioned the whole coming soon email, which I love. I love the idea of that. I didn't actually think to do that. But I also, it might be a little bit off topic of this class, but in regards to coming soon, I've seen people do like a coming soon post on social media and stuff. And I don't know why. I thought we're not allowed to do coming soons, at least up here. I don't know what the rule is with that. Do you happen to know?
Yep. So it depends on what MLS you're in. So the Hudson Gateway Association of Realtors, One Key, allows you to put in listings and coming soon status up to 14 days before they're actually actively on the market. So if you put the listing in coming soon status, you are allowed to market it publicly. And if you're marketing it publicly, then but you cannot show it. So I just want to make this very, very clear. If you're marketing something that's coming soon, you can't show it until it's active on the market and available for everybody to see it. And that's only applicable for one key. If you're only in the All-Star
Gotcha.
MLS, they don't have that. That's not a status. So in the All-Star MLS, I think in like any other ones, Columbia Green, Northern Dutchess, Mid Hudson, Otsego, Delaware, in those,
Yeah.
the MLS rules are that within 24 hours of posting or marketing anything, you have to put it onto the MLS. So you can still kind of give them a little bit of like a heads up, but it can't be more than 24 hours. And again, if you're giving them that heads up, you cannot show it. So if you send out that email to that list and somebody responds and goes, okay, great, can I come see the house right now? No, no, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have it on the market at 12 p.m. tomorrow. So if you wanna meet me at the house at 12:05, once it's live and available to the rest of the agents to also show, I'd be happy to schedule a showing. So you just wanna make sure that you're following that rule. It's a good question.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, thank you. That makes sense.
You're welcome. Steve, I saw your hand up. Did I answer your question or did you have a question?
No, my question is, so I've actually used our marketing. He's fantastic. But when he sends out his postcards, just in case other people don't know, what's unique about them is you'll get like a QR code and he'll create his own, like the own web page, like we were talking about, that has unique for each address of each house that gets it. So when they go on, right? When I'm creating my own stuff, can I put on similar things like that, or is that just specifically through his services? Like, can I create a QR?
You can create a QR code in the command. There is an option to create and embed a QR code onto the postcard. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure. However, it's a little different than the marketing company because I know the marketing company then can tell you who scanned the QR code. You're not going to get that through because they're just going to land on the landing page. So the way that you would get the lead then is if they log into your site or ask a question or engage somehow with your site. It's not like defaulted that you get to see who logs in. Yeah, that's a good question. So yeah, the postcards, I think it's a no-brainer to use the marketing services for the postcards. I think it's actually cheaper than doing it through commands. I'm pretty sure they do it for you. That QR code thing is really cool. It's like one click, and when you list a property, you should be getting an email automatically. It will come from Aaron and it's basically you just open the email and you click the button, whatever you're interested in, and automatically you can set up the marketing stuff through the.
Also, I was going to say, if you want to customize a postcard, like you don't like the generic ones he has, the guy Bill will work with you and he'll create a template for you so that every time you create a postcard, that template will be there and it can kind of be a little more personal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I think it's easier, to be honest with you. I think it's a little easier to do.
Yeah, I think from the postcards, it's way easier to just go through the service. Yep.
Yeah, his service is fantastic, and leverage is huge. So you don't have to worry about that part, and you can save your time.
Yeah, 100%. Yep, 100%.
Are you talking about Market Center? KW Market Center is good service.
Yes.
Marketing.com or something, right?
It is I think it's a KW Market Center. Hang on. It's mykwmarketing.com. So you go through again the kwhvgroup.com website and then go into concierge services and then down to the marketing, and that's how you can access it.
Because somebody has her first listing, so she's got to get ready.
Ooh, congratulations.
This class was so important, but I missed the first half of it because I was using the wrong link from the training calendar.
Yeah.
And it didn't work first half the hour.
link.
So I missed it. And that's my second question. Where can I get a recording?
As soon as we end here, I am going to upload it to our YouTube channel, and then we will post it in the OP updates group so that everyone who came in late or was on my other channel is able to access it on demand at any time. And if you have questions, you can always reach out to me. I'll put my email in the chat, so feel free. I'm the team leader now in Kingston, but I used to sell real estate for a long time. I sold real estate, and this is my marketing strategy. It's what I always use. So it's not anything that I'm just making up because I think it's great. It's literally what I did to market properties, and I got leads from it and clients. So I know that it works.
And don't forget today at 2 with the follow-up where I'll show you exactly how to do the Facebook campaign and the smart plans and how to get that set up for yourself.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I've seen studies that say that people that come in as Facebook lead now will buy in 6 months. So what is 6 months from now? 6 months from now is what? The busy spring and summer market.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important to run ads right now for the next 3 months, Facebook leads connected to smart plans. That way in 6 months, you will be nurturing them so much that they're going to come to you instead of going onto Zillow. If you start the ads when the busy spring season starts, you're nurturing them into the fall and winter. Start now, get them into your system, follow up with them consistently. That way, when it's time, when the market starts, you now have people that have been nurtured for 6 months that the timing then is right for the market for them to start searching, and you're the top of mind name for them to look for. All right.
Thank you so much, Rita.
You're welcome. Okay, congratulations on your first listing. Yay, so exciting.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everybody. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and the recording will be posted soon.